Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world with me, Deepika, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the nation at 5 PM IST today, that is Sunday. India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal to visit US on the 22nd of September to take forward trade deal talks. White House issues clarification to its new H-1B visa policy, says new fee applicable for fresh applications, not for the existing holders. US President Donald Trump issues stern warning to Afghanistan, says bad things going to happen if Bagram airbase not returned. And in Asia Cup, an unstoppable Team India all set to take on Team Pakistan in Super Force clash at Dubai International Cricket Stadium on Sunday. Good afternoon to all the viewers joining us at this afternoon broadcast. To begin with the latest and the biggest, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the nation at 5 PM IST on Sunday, which is today. However, there is no official word on the subject of his address in the evening. But you can watch it live on DD India at 5 PM according to the Indian Standard Time. Stay tuned to get all the updates and the live address of Prime Minister Narendra Modi on DD India today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Arunachal Pradesh and Tripura on the 22nd of September. During his day-long visit to the northeastern states, Prime Minister Modi will lay the foundation stone of multiple development projects in Arunachal Pradesh. Harnessing the vast hydroelectric potential and promoting sustainable energy generation in the region, Prime Minister Modi will lay the foundation stone of two major hydropower projects in Itanagar. Now, both the hydroelectric projects will be developed in the Siom sub-basin of Arunachal Pradesh. Prime Minister Modi will also lay the foundation stone of a state-of-the-art convention centre at Tawang. The centre will serve as a landmark facility to host national and international conferences, cultural festivals and exhibitions. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also launch multiple key infrastructure projects catering to various sectors including connectivity, health, fire safety, working women hostels, among others. Prime Minister Modi will also interact with local taxpayers, traders and industry representatives to discuss the impact of the recent GST rate rationalization. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will later pay a visit to the northeastern state of Tripura. In line with his commitment to promote and preserve the spiritual and cultural heritage of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate development work of Mata Tripura Sundari complex at Matabadi. It is one of the ancient 51 Shakti Peeths located in Udaipur town of Gomati district in Tripura. The project will play a significant role in boosting tourism, creating employment and business opportunities and leading to overall socio-economic development of the region. Empowering the youth of India has been a key priority of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. From overhauling the education policy to visionary reforms like Startup India, Skill India and opportunities in the creative sector and economy, India's youth power is seen as a critical stakeholder in future of the nation. Here's a report.
India is driven by youth power. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recognized this untapped potential early and gave a new direction to the nation's youth. In the past 11 years, reforms and programs by the Modi government have empowered the youth at every level and in every sector. Skill India created new opportunities. Startup India gave new wings. National education policy expanded the horizon of learning, and Digital India ushered in global competitiveness. Education and skill development has witnessed revolutionary changes in India. National education policy has connected students to coding, AI, robotics, and out-of-the-box thinking. Skill India has imparted necessary skills to millions of youth and made them ready for jobs and self-employment. Over 1.6 crore youth have been trained in diverse skill sets. India's foray into the world of innovation and technology is today led by the dynamic startups. Indian youth is transitioning from being a job seeker to a job creator. There are over 150,000 startups in India today. These dynamic startups have created over 17 lakh jobs. Startup India has elevated India to the third largest startup ecosystem in the world.
We had been exploring drones much before, but the moment of clarity and conviction came in 2022, when our Prime Minister Modi ji spoke about his dream of making India the global drone hub by 2030. That inspiration gave birth to our company Drone Anatomy. We formally structured the company, raised investments and availed startup schemes, and began to scale with confidence. What truly enabled this journey was the ecosystem that had been built.
Phone, camera and internet have become the new tools of creativity and employment for the youth. Rise of orange economy or creative economy, where thousands of youngsters are gaining global recognition through YouTube, gaming and podcasting. Today, India is home to 2 to 2.5 million active digital creators. Special incubation centers have been created to promote digital talent in the AVGC sector. Platforms like Wave Summit connected India's digital talent to the world.
भारत सरकार द्वारा $1 अरब के
Government of India has introduced a $1 billion fund to help content creators with the right hardware, training and skill development so that content creators of today and future can take it up as a mainstream profession.
एक प्रोफेशन के रूप में देख पाएं.
Today, youth of India is playing an active role in nation building. They are equal stakeholders in its development journey. They have the tools, technology and the training to take India to its rightful place in the world.
Marking the beginning of Durga Puja and the Navratri celebrations, Mahalaya, also known as Mahalaya Amavasya, is being celebrated across India today. Now this day marks the end of the Pitru Paksh period when Hindus pay homage to their ancestors and mark the beginning of the homecoming of goddess Durga. It signifies the transition from honouring the ancestors to the festive period leading up to Durga Puja. One of the most significant rituals associated with Mahalaya is the painting of the eyes of goddess Durga, which officially kickstarts the 9-day-long Durga Puja rituals. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday wished the nation on the occasion of Shubha Mahalaya. Taking to X, he said, and I quote him here, "Wishing you all Shubha Mahalaya. As the sacred days of Durga Puja draw near, may our lives be filled with light and purpose. May the divine blessings of Ma Durga bring unwavering strength, lasting joy and wonderful health." Unquote. A high-level delegation led by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal will visit the United States on the 22nd of September to hold discussions on India-US trade deal. The delegation aims to advance the ongoing trade negotiations and work towards the early conclusion of a mutually beneficial trade agreement between the two countries. The discussions are expected to be focused on strengthening the bilateral trade, investment and economic cooperation across all the sectors between the two nations. Now, during the last visit of the team of officials from the Office of United States Trade Representative to India on the 16th of September, positive discussions were held on various aspects of the trade deal, and it was decided to intensify the efforts in this regard. Moving on, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will undertake a 2-day official visit to Morocco from the 22nd of September. Sharing a post on X, the minister wrote, and I quote him, "Tomorrow, the 21st of September, I shall be in Morocco. There is a growing strategic convergence between India and Morocco. Looking forward to further strengthen the growing relationship. During my visit, I will hold a bilateral meeting with my counterpart, Abdelatif Loudhi. A key highlight of the visit will be the inauguration of Tata Advanced Systems Marok's new manufacturing facility for the Field Armoured Platform 8x8 at Bereshit. Now, this facility is the first ever Indian defence manufacturing plant in Africa that marks an important milestone that reflects the growing global footprint of India's defence industry. I will also interact with the Indian community in Rabat, unquote. Ties between India and Morocco have gained momentum since His Majesty King Mohammed VI's meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2015 in India. Now, the upcoming visit is expected to add fresh energy to this partnership, particularly in the defence and strategic sectors. Moving on. The mortal remains of beloved Assamese singer Zubeen Garg arrived in Assam early morning on Sunday. Thousands of fans in Guwahati joined a solemn procession honouring the music icon, whose remains are to be kept in Arjun Bhogeshwar Barua Sports Complex for public tribute. Thousands have also gathered outside his home to pay their last respects. Zubeen Garg was a beloved cultural icon, known for being a multi-instrumentalist, and was regarded as one of the most influential musicians in Assam. Now, India's space economy is taking off, targeting $44 billion by the year 2033, driven by startups, bold FDI reforms, state policies, and a 1,000 crore rupees VC fund powering innovations and exports. DD India's Taposh Bhattacharya has got in more this report. Take a look.
India's space economy is entering its most ambitious phase yet. Today, it stands at $8.4 billion, just 2% of the global share. But by 2033, the target is at $44 billion industry, with $11 billion coming from exports and a global market share up by 8%. The real engine of this growth? India's private sector. Nearly 350 startups are already innovating in satellites, launch services, and cutting-edge space technologies. To power this shift, the government has opened the skies wider than ever before, allowing 100% foreign direct investment in satellite components, 74% in satellite manufacturing, and 49% in launch vehicles and spaceports. This policy is designed to bring in global investors, technology, and collaborations. Backing this bold vision is the 1,000 crore venture capital fund under the InSpace, aimed at supporting startups across every stage of development. Similar to the space-focused VC funds in UK, Italy, Japan, and Saudi Arabia, India's fund places innovation at the heart of its strategy. And this push isn't limited to the center alone. States like Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Karnataka, and Maharashtra are drafting dedicated space policies to attract industries and investments, creating regional hubs for India's space economy. From government reforms to private entrepreneurship, from state policies to global partnership, India's space story is no longer just about reaching the stars. It's about building an economy that thrives on innovation, exports, and limitless possibilities.
And now some news from the world in brief. The 23rd Kunming International Flower Expo began in China, drawing over 500 enterprises from around the world. The three-day event features flowers, coffee, tropical plants, and small berries, highlighting Yunnan's rich agricultural offerings. France is the guest of honor this year, with companies like Morel Flowers showcasing new varieties that blooms for over 100 days. Thousands of families in Vietnam's Mekong Delta are celebrating Senidolta, an occasion to honor and express gratitude to their ancestors this year in new homes. The initiative has provided secure housing for families in multiple districts, bringing comfort and stability ahead of the festival. Local authorities have also offered gifts and organized cultural activities, making this event a time of both tradition and renewed hope for the community. Rwanda is set to make history as the first African nation to host the Cycling World Championships, welcoming 5,000 cyclists and 20,000 spectators on Sunday. The event is part of Rwanda's push to reshape its global image through major sporting investments. Many view it as a step towards greater international visibility. The event has sparked curiosity, also raising concerns over traffic disruptions in Rwanda's capital, Kigali. We are heading for a short break now, but still to come on the other side. Up next, we'll get you exclusive reports from the ongoing Busan International Film Festival. After the break, we'll get you more details on how national education policy will play a pivotal role in addressing critical challenges faced by the students' community. And Smriti Mandhana becomes the new queen of cricket with her second consecutive century in ODI format.
The biggest problems can often feel too complex to solve, beyond our capacity or just impossible. But that is till we find a solution, and once we do, everything seems simpler.
This is the micro drip irrigation system, which in fact saves 60 to 70% of water while watering a tree.
We are looking for on the land today with the natural plants are around a third of a ton of nickel per hectare.
It is readily available. We can get it from the surrounding area, and the local farmers also benefit. If we use waste from their sugarcane crops, they get something out of it too.
By helping hedgehogs, I make a small attempt to compensate for the injustice in this world.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India Live. Well, amid the confusion and panic caused by the new proclamation for H-1B visa, the White House has issued an official clarification on Saturday. In a social media post, White House press secretary clarified that the $100,000 fee will be a one-time payment imposed only on new applicants. She further wrote, those who already hold H-1B visas and are currently outside of the country right now will not be charged $100,000 to re-enter. Well, H-1B visa holders can leave and re-enter the country to the same extent as they normally would, whatever ability they have to do that is not impacted by Friday's proclamation. White House press secretary also stated that the new rule applies only to new visas, not renewals and not current visa holders. She said it will first apply in the next upcoming lottery cycle. The executive order, which is likely to face legal challenges, comes into force on Sunday at 12:01 a.m. according to the US Eastern Time, that is 4:01 GMT. India's Ministry of External Affairs in a statement said that this measure is likely to have humanitarian consequences by way of the disruption caused for the families. The official spokesperson in a statement said that the government has seen reports related to the proposed restrictions on the US H-1B visa program. The full implications of the measure are being studied by all concerned, including by Indian industry, which has already put out an initial analysis clarifying some perceptions related to the H-1B program. Industry in both India and the US has a stake in innovation and creativity and can be expected to consult on the best path forward. Skill, talent, mobility and exchanges have contributed enormously to technology development, innovation, economic growth, competitiveness and wealth creation in the United States and India. Policymakers will therefore assess recent steps taking into account mutual benefits, which includes strong people-to-people ties between the two countries. Now, this measure is likely to have humanitarian consequences by way of the disruption caused for families. The government hopes that these disruptions can be addressed suitably by the US authorities. US President Donald Trump threatened Afghanistan if it does not give back control of the Bagram airbase to the United States. Trump, in a social media post, demanded that Afghanistan return control of Bagram airbase to Washington, warning the Taliban government that bad things are going to happen if they did not comply with this demand.
About that, but we're talking now to Afghanistan, and we want it back, and we want it back soon, right away. And if they don't do it, you're going to find out what I'm going to do.
Trump has repeatedly indicated that he would have kept control of the airbase, given its strategic importance near the border between Afghanistan and China. A few days ago, during his visit to London, Trump stated that the US is trying to regain control of the airbase used by American forces following the attacks of the 11th September 2001. He told the reporters that he was speaking with Afghanistan about it. Bagram Air Base is currently under the control of Taliban government after the US troops withdrew from Afghanistan in 2021. Moving on, now it's time to get you all the latest from the ongoing Busan International Film Festival. The Bharat Pavilion Waves Bazaar was inaugurated on the 20th of September at the Asian Contents and Film Market, held alongside the 30th Busan International Film Festival in Korea. Organized by NFTC under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting with the Embassy of India, Seoul, the pavilion highlighted India's media and entertainment sector, fostering global collaborations in film, TV, gaming and creative technologies. Attended by international dignitaries, the pavilion remained open till 23rd of September, spotlighting emerging Indian storytellers and connecting Indian cinema with the global market. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan addressed the Think India Dakshin Part Conference, outlining how the national education policy is reshaping India's education landscape. The policy is designed to move beyond marks-based learning and integrate skills into curriculum. While India has nearly 30 crore former students and 4 crore currently in higher education, with socio-economic factors often diverting many into skill centers or the workforce. National education policy seeks to support almost 10 crore youngsters within this age group. The minister highlighted the role of multilingual learning in strengthening cultural roots and enhancing abilities. Innovation and startups since 2020, he noted, are enabling the students to become job creators instead of job seekers.
To achieve the target of Vikasit Bharat by 2047 by next 2 decades, in each and every recommendation of NEP is very fundamental and very and the clarity of the recommendation we have to implement in toto national education policy.
And now let's get you all the latest action from the world of sports. The highly anticipated rematch between India and Pakistan in men's T20 Asia Cup is just around the corner. The Super 4 clash will take place at Dubai International Cricket Stadium on Sunday at 8 PM IST. Abhishek Mahajan reports from Dubai. Take a look.
The iconic India-Pakistan rivalry is set to resume in the Super 4 stage of the Asia Cup at the Dubai International Stadium on Sunday. However, much of the spotlight has been on events off the field, particularly involving match referee Andy Pycroft. But he will once again serve as the match referee in the India-Pakistan game. Despite the noise, Indian captain Surya Kumar Yadav reiterated that his teams remain fully focused on the game.
I feel our preparations have been really good leading into the tournament, and we had 3 good games also. So we are actually focusing on what we can do best, and as I said on the toss as well, that we want to follow all the good habits which we've been doing in the last 2-3 games, and we'll take one game at a time.
He downplayed any suggestion that India holds an edge after beating Pakistan earlier in the tournament. The Indians were comfortable with experimenting in their final group stage game and came out victorious even as Oman ran them close, with some positives in players getting game time out in the middle.
I think focus was always on the game in all the 3 games which we played. It was never changed from that. And I feel, I think everyone has got enough time in the middle with the ball, with the bat, going into Super Force. And I'm sure two other teams who are also coming from other group will also be pumped up, and we are also excited to play them.
While Pakistan have made it through to the Super Force, there are major causes for concern with their batting. They have failed to fire so far.
Alright, so it's a big one. Once again, India taking on Pakistan in the first match of the Super 4 encounter. Stakes are higher, pressure is greater, and another thriller is on the cards. With cameraman Kumar Datta, this is Abhishek Mahajan in Dubai for DD India.
And in women's cricket, Smriti Mandhana created history on the grounds of New Delhi's Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium in her match against Australia in women's ODI. Mandhana not only became the fastest to score 2 consecutive centuries, but also strengthened India's strong bid for upcoming Women's Cricket World Cup with a strong performance. Here's more. The number 18 jersey has long been associated with Virat Kohli's magical spell, for which he's been referred as the king of Indian cricket. And once again, number 18 jersey is creating records, but this time in women's cricket. India's vice-captain in ODI format, Smriti Mandhana, donning the number 18 jersey, is creating ripples in the world of women's cricket with her explosive performance that fans witnessed at the India vs Australia Women's ODI series. Smriti Mandhana not only etched her name in the books of history by scoring fastest 50 in 3rd ODI against Australia, but Mandhana also became the fastest Indian to score a century in women's ODI in just 50 balls, breaking Virat Kohli's record. The history was scripted at New Delhi's Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium on Saturday in 3rd ODI against the Aussies. If you look at the recent record of Mandhana hit the fastest ODI century, becoming the first to do so for Team India. Now, Smriti Mandhana hit the 2nd fastest women's ODI century of all time. Smriti Mandhana, with this, also becomes the first and only Indian to score back-to-back centuries twice in women's ODI. The Indian fans gave Smriti Mandhana a standing ovation as soon as she hit the fastest century.
Definitely, it was one to watch out for. I mean, I specifically came for Smriti Mandhana. She has been in tremendous form, and watching the way she has been going about her innings, it's tremendous. I really love the way she has been attacking the bowlers, irrespective, Ashley Gardner, whoever it is, Meg Grath or even Ellis Perry.
18 नंबर बहुत इक्वल है, तो मतलब बहुत लकी है. तो जो विराट कोहली का 18 नंबर है, वो स्मृति का भी 18 नंबर है.
Her performance not only gave strength to Team India, but also showcased a promising picture for the upcoming Women's Cricket World Cup. Smriti Mandhana has left all the fans in awe at Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium, scoring yet another century and creating a new record for herself and for Team India. Now, ahead of the Women's Cricket World Cup, this looks like a very promising picture for Team India with the kind of confidence Smriti Mandhana is getting, and especially with that number 18 jersey. With camera person Gaurav Giri, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Arun Jaitley Cricket Stadium in New Delhi. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code to download it right now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Deepika, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.